Hey judges, welcome to the day of the fair. Let's go through a few things for online judging so that you can be as successful as possible. So go ahead and log into your fair and then review any information that might have been added for you on the judges main page or on the general home page of the fair. And then once you've done that, go ahead and click Go to Online Judging, and this is where you'll be spending most of your time today. Alright, and when you get to this page, you'll have the option to find projects. You can either do a search by category or a search by division. Now it's worth noting that both of these options may not be enabled for your fair, and you might only see one or the other. They work the same, and so what we're going to do is they're just drop downs. You can select from the options there to find whatever you need to. We're going to go ahead and select Behavioral Sciences, and then we'll come in here and we'll see that we now have these two projects. Off to the right here you can see that we've got zeros. These projects, neither one of them has been graded or judged at all. If this list is long, you can search for a project and it will filter out the list for you. So you've got some options that way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just click on this top one here and get started. In here, a couple of things to cover. So it'll tell you that it's loaded. If you want to, you can wait for that to time down, or you can click on it and it'll go away. And you might have other pop-outs to be messages from admins or other things that way, so that's kind of where they'll show up. They'll be similar to that one. So here, we've got the project description, any images or anything that way that they might have on this project. And all the information will be here in this tile here. After that, you'll see you've got your rubric, and you can start filling that out whenever you're ready. And then down at the bottom, you've got your participant feedback. If you wanted to let them know anything or give them some tips or pointers or anything that way. And then you have a submit, score and close, or a no-show button. So once you're all done and have everything ready to go ahead and click this submit score. Or if they didn't show up, then you can click that one. And then at the top here, you've got this gray close button. Now, one thing to point out about this close button is it doesn't save anything that you've done, and you won't have that if you come back in later. So only use that one when you need to get out. You're not necessarily adjusting anything on your review of the project. If you have an interview with the individual, with the student or the participant, you can go ahead and click this blue button, and that will take you in where you can then meet with the student. You can see here that you've got their name. So student, demo, this is student is what they are, and then demo is their first name. And you can toggle the view so that you have just them highlighted or focused. Or you can have a tile view if you have multiple people, and it'll break it out in the screens. These boxes here will get smaller as you get more and more individuals. And I currently have video disabled, but you can turn that on and see everyone's faces and have everything work out great that way. And again, if you need to go back to just focusing on one person, you can just simply click on them and it will take you there. Some other options that you have is you can share your screen. If you need to, you can raise your hand, and that will just appear as a little blue hand raised icon in the top left of your screen there. And then you can lower it as well, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you've got your basic meeting controls, so you can mute yourself or turn off your video. And then you can leave the meeting here, as well as hitting the red hang up button in the top left up here. So after that, even in the interview, you can keep the video off to the side. And if it's off to the side like this, I recommend clicking on an actual single person to highlight so that you can still see them and work with them, as well as go through the rubric and answer questions here. And still be interacting with the student and the participant. So you can go all the way through this, and you don't have to submit this here or fill this out here. So you can just focus on the student if you wanted to just be here and present with them. And then when you do hit the hang up button, not the close again, that one will take you all the way out and you'll lose all of your stuff that you're submitting. But if you hit the hang up button, you'll be brought back to just the project page. And then here you can start going through and reviewing the project. So we'll go through and just kind of put a whole bunch of answers in real quick. Obviously, you'll probably spend a lot more time on this than I currently am. But that's expected, and that's all right. So go ahead and take as much time as you need to. This screen will not close out on you, and depending on how your fair has it set up, you can always come back and edit this as well. Once everything is good to go ahead and click this Submit, Score, and Close button. and then confirm here. And you'll see that it was submitted and recorded. And then you'll also see a couple of changes on this screen. So you'll see that it's now in dark gray, that you have your score here, and then off to the side that 0 has become a 1. Or if it was previously a 1 or a 2, it would have just incremented up. So this means that it has been judged one time. So you'll have the opportunity to see there how many times each project has been judged. And you'll also note that it's moved it to the bottom of the list. So that way you can see the ones that need judged or that you still need to review at the top of the list there. So if you needed to, you are welcome to go back in and edit your submission. This is if the setting has been enabled for that, where it can maintain content. You can come back in here and then you are welcome to edit or do whatever you need to on this part of it, adjust it, everything there. If you want to save it, just go ahead and click resubmit or submit score and close, and then, or if you don't want to save any of the changes that you've made, you can just click the close button up here. So that should be the extent of everything you need to do. You'll notice that you've opened up a new tab in your browser window. So when you are done in online judging, go ahead and close that out. And then you can come back over here. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to a staff or admin member. Or if we get the opportunity to work with you on that day, you can reach out and we'll work with you and help you out there. So thank you, everyone. Have a good time.